Sis, losing the man who did absolutely nothing for you is not a loss. You escaped. And I know it hurts, just like it hurts if you get handcuffs taken off of you after they were clenched around your wrist too tightly. But in the same way, that pain that you feel from losing that man is just circulation returning back to the parts of you that were going numb under his neglect. And I know it's not that black and white, like he was just all bad, but even the good that he did was outweighed by his destruction. So staying with him any longer would have only set you back even more. Like, yeah, he made you laugh and he kept you company, but those same jokes accompanied his community penis that he gave to other women who he had laughing at you for trusting him. Or his big romantic gestures that I know felt good in the moment, but notice how they conveniently followed months of mistreatment to serve as damage control for his repeated disrespect. Also notice the strings that were attached afterwards, as if you had no right to still be hurt or impacted by the things that he did before those nice gestures because of all the money he just spent. As if he was buying a clean slate that his changed behavior never earned. And as a woman, I'm sure it felt good knowing you had you a protector in the rare instance that somebody put you in physical danger. But he exposed you daily to emotional trauma every time he invited another woman into the relationship. So don't let the love that you misdirected towards him rewrite history on how he actually treated you. Because if you're not careful, it'll catfish you more than any Instagram filter on his true identity. It'll make you think that you're grieving a partner, when really you're grieving a potential that never materialized. It'll make you think that he gave you so much love, when really he gave you emotional cardio. He had you running in circles, jumping through hoops, and stretching yourself to the limits to carry that relationship by yourself. So nah, you're not feeling the loss of what you two could have had. You're feeling the unfamiliarity of your freedom to receive what you finally deserve. Congratulations. And no man plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage. He'll dysregulate your central nervous system and then claim you always disturbing his peace, leaving out the part where he's the reason why you no longer have any of your own. He'll break your trust and then get mad that you always bringing up the past, when really you're bringing up his present day patterns that trigger the memories of the pain he caused. Or he'll say that you always got bad energy. Meanwhile, draining your energy with every invalidation in this exhaustive environment that he's cultivated by making you walk on eggshells. Or he'll break your heart into 1,000 pieces, then consider himself a changed man because he's trying to help you pick them up and glue them back together. But then cry if he cuts his hands on the shards of your resentment that you now feel towards him. And it's not to say that he doesn't feel discomfort lying in the bed that he made, but trying to reframe this whole thing as mutual wounding is just a manipulative tactic to manufacture injury to escape responsibility. Like, yeah, it's possible that you had a bad attitude or you could have given him more attention, but last time I checked, neither of those are a gun to his head that forced him to dishonor his own commitment. And whatever needs he's claiming that you didn't meet that led to his decisions is going to be impossible to meet now that he's broken you. It's like getting mad that your car doesn't start, so you pour sugar down the gas tank. Not only does it make things worse, it's stupid, which is exactly what he expects you to be if he thinks that his well-rehearsed victimhood can distract you from the very real damage that he deliberately caused. So nah, he had a choice between your pain and his prevention, and he chose to make you suffer due to his lack of discipline. He could have left if he was that miserable. So don't waste any more time watching his audition as the real victim while he tries to rewrite the script to make you the villain. Just cut his role, cancel the show, and get back to your regularly scheduled program of your piece before him and his BS made a guest appearance. Hey sis, let her have him. Because that new girl that your ex got is not him escaping from karma. That's him finding his price range. You try to give a premium experience to a man who is emotionally penny pinching, and he's finally found somebody whose value fits within his budget. So be proud of him and feel sorry for her. Because instead of working on himself after all that he put you through, he went out and found another girl so that he can validate the blame that he placed on you for the way that he treated you. And unfortunately for her, she believed that narrative that made you out to be the villain. So don't be surprised whenever she tries to make you feel jealous, but instead feel sympathy. That little honeymoon phase that she in probably does have her feeling like she's living your dream. Whole time she's slowly drifting off to sleep to start the nightmare that you finally woke up from. And best believe she's doing everything she can to prove to him that you can't compete with her. And I say, don't even try, because she didn't win a prize. She won the tumor that God removed from your energy when he made you spiritually cancer-free. So celebrate your little successor in suffering. Let her have that emotional roller coaster that you finally got off. Let her have the excuses that you got tired of making for his embarrassing behavior. And let her have that mental health decline of dealing with a man who makes it seem like you're hard to love, and the feeling of never being enough that he projected onto you from his own unresolved trauma. Yeah, she took your spot, and renovating a man whose foundation was never strong enough for the legacy that you were capable of building. And while she's up at 2 a.m. playing detective on his phone because her intuition is telling her that your ex is about to make her repeat everything he put you through, you're gonna be somewhere laid up with a man who never made you question his intentions, his loyalty, or his love for you. Checkmate. Hey, karma gonna hit some of y'all hard for breaking women who had nothing but good intentions for you. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but God is going to spin the block for that girl that he sent to truly love you while you left her questioning if true love even existed. She was helping you heal from your trauma and you was helping create hers. While she was busy cooking your favorite meals, you were busy hopping in other girls' DMs. You hid a whole family, but you let her introduce you to hers thinking that one day y'all would create your own. And you think that you just gonna ride off into the sunset after ruining a girl who was down to ride for you? Now, I know we all make mistakes, but that don't change that you gonna still have to lay in that bed that you made. Like one day, you gonna be the one that's vulnerable with a woman. And instead of the one that used to be your safe space, this one gonna throw your darkest secrets back in your face. Or when you at your lowest and that new girl that you enticed with all that money ain't calling you back, you gonna think about the one that would've loaned you something, even if she knew that you couldn't pay her back. What I'm saying is, when you treated her wrong, you were really just trading her in for a girl that's gonna make you wish you can go back in time and do it all over again. Because them DMs might delete, them text messages might unsend, but the universe's receipts are forever. That girl you doing wrong, she ain't even gotta get revenge. Because the same karma that watched her love you without condition also watched you damage and then discard her for no reason. So best believe it's coming. And when it does, you better hope your karma finds you and not your daughter. A weak man could never know what to do with a woman with a strong mind. So at some point, he's gonna sabotage the relationship until she leaves, or just discard her and run to a weaker woman. And I'm not saying he's physically or even financially weak. I'm saying he's emotionally and spiritually insufficient, but then tries to make his woman out to be the problem for being too much. So he'll say things like she lacks femininity, when the real problem is his fragility because he's allergic to accountability. Or he'll say that she's combative because she won't cooperate with his unfair demands that only serve his needs while neglecting hers. Or that she's emasculating him because she makes him face his own mediocrity. He'll even say that she's hard to get along with because she's hard to gaslight. No matter how hard he tries to deflect or turn the tables around on her, because a weak man's dream girl is one he can treat like a doormat, who asks for nothing, expect nothing, but will accept everything. However, a strong woman is more like a mirror that exposes the cracks in his character, whether he can handle it or not. And her confidence is like a thorn in his side. But for a secure man, it's more like a rose to be admired. And that's the real difference. Like, if a man is truly there to love you, he won't see your clearly expressed boundaries and desires as negativity, but rather directions to better navigate to your heart. He won't see your elevation as a competition, but rather a compliment to his own, because he wants his equal, not just an ego boost. And if he does feel inadequate in any way, he's going to put in the work to rise to the occasion, not just try to get you to lower your expectations. And when you do question him about something, he's not going to take it as an attack or you undermining his authority. He's going to see it as an invitation to deeper understanding. So as a woman with a strong mind, don't dumb yourself down or apologize for your emotional intelligence. If anything, apologize to that weak man for putting him on the dean's list when he belongs on the short bus. Hey, don't be mad when she gives another man what she was trying to give you. Because you know what they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Except she was never trash. You just didn't know better. She respectfully tried to show you ways that you could improve. You said she was being negative. She tried to tell you how she felt so y'all could stay connected. You called it arguing. And then when you wouldn't make it clear to other women that they had no chance with you, she made it clear that you had no more chances with her. But don't get in your feelings now just because you wouldn't protect hers. You thought she was all talk when she told you she had had enough. And another man was right there waiting for you to call her bluff. So since you couldn't appreciate what you had when you had it, another man now is going to get the chance to earn what you apparently couldn't handle. And don't act like she was just being impatient. She didn't leave you when you made a mistake. She left whenever she saw you making it a habit. And the crazy part is, y'all claim to be praying to God for a good woman, just to leave her praying to God to heal her heart from what you put it through. But that's okay. Because when you try to spin the block, she gonna be too busy building a foundation with somebody else. And she ain't gonna be checking your page to see if you feeling sad. She gonna be checking into flights for vacations with a man who's making sure she feels spoiled. And it'll feel like she moved on too quickly when really you just moved too slow in keeping her. Not that you wanted to take things slow, you just thought you could take her for granted. But now you know, one man's placeholder is another man's peace. This time, she's protecting hers.